Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss how to use aggregate functions in SQL Server. We'll go over counting data, how to return the average in a column, finding the highest number in a column, finding the lowest number in a column, and how to sum values in a column. Aggregate functions return a single value based on the values in a column. There are 5 main types of aggregate functions. There's the count function, which counts the number of rows in a column. There's the average function, which returns the average in a column. Then you have the max function, which finds the highest number in a column. And then you have the min function, which finds the lowest number in a column. And then there's also a sum function, which sums the values in a column. Take a look at the table below. This is our customer table, and it holds all the customers. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a query that counts all the customers in the customer table. So we're going to use the count function. So we're going to select the count. There's the count function, and we're using an asterisk in the function. That means count all. So we're going to count all of the records that are stored in the customer table where it says from customer. And then we're going to use the as keyword to display our count. So we click execute, and this means that there's 10 customers in the customer table. For our next query, we're going to count how many people live in each state. Now to do that, we're going to have to use something called a group by clause. And the group by clause clusters data into groups and then performs an aggregate function on the group. So here's our query. We're going to say select the state, and then we're using count all again. So we're going to count all the customers, but this time per state. Now to do that, you have to precede the aggregate function count with the name of the column that you're counting per. So count all the customers per state, and then we're going to display it as a column called total count. And then we have from the customer table, and here's our group by clause. Now because our aggregate function is preceded with a column named state or any columns, the group by clause must contain any columns that precede the aggregate function, and in this case the aggregate function is count. So because state precedes count, state must be included in the group by clause. So we click execute, and you can see there's a count of 6 customers that live in Florida, 1 in Georgia, and 1 in the remaining states. So keep in mind that if we didn't have a group by clause, this query would not run. Let's just run it without it. Click execute, and as you can see there's an error. But when you run it with the state in the group by clause, you get the correct result. Okay, now we're going to use the average function to find the average of a column of numbers. We're going to use the service plans table. So select asterisk, meaning select all the columns from the service plans table. This is the table we're going to be working with. What we're going to do is we're going to find the average of numbers. So here's our query. We're going to select the average of the plan prices in the plan price column as, and we're going to display it under a column named average plan price. Then we use from, because it's from the service plans table below. So we click execute, and it averaged all the prices, giving you the average price of all the prices that are stored in the plan price column. Okay, now we're going to look at how to find the highest number in a column and how to find the lowest number in a column. And again, we're going to use the service plans table, so let's just take another look at it. So we open it, select star, select all the columns from the service plans table. And here's just another look at our table that we're going to be using. And so now we're going to use a query to find the highest number in a column and the lowest number in a column. So what we're going to do is select max. Max is used to find the highest number in a column. And then we put the name of our column that contains all of the values. So find the highest number in the plan price column and display it as highest column. And then we're going to use the min function, which means it's going to find the lowest number in a column, and it's going to find the lowest number in the plan price column because we put it in parentheses, and it's going to display it as lowest price from the service plans table. So we click execute, and as you can see in the plan price column, the highest number, which is the highest price, is $150, and the lowest price in the plan price column is 9 cents. Okay, now we're going to use the sum function to sum values in a column. We're going to sum the price of 3 plans. We're going to use select keyword, and then here's the sum function. So it's going to sum the plan price values. So you put plan price in parentheses, and it's going to display the value as total under a column named total. Then we use the from keyword because we're doing all of our computations against the service plans table. Then you use the where clause. So we're going to sum the plan prices where the plan ID in or is equal to D1002, D1003, or D1101. So it's going to sum the plan prices for these plan IDs, which are in parentheses here. So we click execute, and the sum of these 3 plans, the prices for these 3 plans is $180. I hope you enjoyed learning about aggregate functions today. For more in-depth learning, check out my SQL course in the description section below.